With its seemingly long list of benefits, which includes boosting mood, alleviating pain, promoting healthy sleep and healthy digestion, improving skin conditions, and so many more, it's no wonder people are turning to essential oils to support their health and well-being. The popularity of these wonder-working oils is stirring interest in learning how to extract them for personal use or for business. Welcome to Extraction Essentials, where you'll learn and discover how to create a formula using quality engineered products. Hosted by Tony Frischknecht, this podcast is all about the process of extraction tools and the equipment that surrounds the extraction lab or facility. Create an income while enjoying the many benefits and uses of essential oils by tuning in to Extraction Essentials.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Extraction Essentials. I'm your host, Tony Frischknecht, and today we are actually going to be continuing the conversation from our episode last week with David Ross, Chief Operating Officer of Essential Extraction Corp, and also Nick Gay with Head of Product Management for Essential Extraction Corp. In this episode, we're going to be discussing making a product day one after extracting your oil. So we'll be sharing that with you, and these guys will get into some of the more details. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And that's where we came up with hop hand sanitizer formulation. Nick, where did this come from, and why did you decide hops for a hand sanitizer?
Yeah, totally. First of all, sorry for the connectivity issues. I'm back, hopefully for good now. But the way I came up with it, like David said, we're beer drinkers. We love beer. So I really wanted to do some marketing at some of these breweries and show them what our machine could do. And so I thought that hand sanitizer would be a really good product to do because of, the pandemic, and then also it showcased how potent the hop oil that we can make really is. And then after we actually made it, I was doing a little bit more research, and hop oil is actually really good for your skin as well. A lot of different companies will use it in different face serums and things like that. So it actually feels really good on your skin as well. So it's not just purely a aromatic thing.
Yeah, and how do most hand sanitizers feel?
Terrible. Either greasy or slimy, or they dry your hands out a bunch. I'm sure everyone has a favorite hand sanitizer by now, and as unfortunate as that is.
Yeah, I hate the ones that are extremely, it's like you're dunking your hands in alcohol. It's like and just stays with you, and you're like, I hate this. It's extremely annoying. Really, it's like I got to use that hand sanitizer again. It's all greasy, and no, and this is something that you put together very simply, right? I mean,
totally.
You extracted the oil from the little buddy. You took that and you took the oil out, and you got some plastic bottles that you purchased online, had those sent to you, and you diluted out the solution on these the little bottles that you have, the hand sanitizer bottles. What size are they?
I believe they're almost 2 ounces. I believe.
Almost 2 ounces. And what was the dilution percentage you put in the large amount of solution that you created?
So I actually put quite a bit of hop oil in, like a lot more than you probably should, just so that we could really get that aroma and that flavor out to the brewers. So as far as a moneymaker, you're probably not going to make money on it because we put so much into it. But yeah, we used 14 grams of hop oil, and that made 100 hand sanitizers.
So I'm going to stop you there. But you're also looking at it as the investment side, because your whole idea was to get the hops guys or the brewers to really get that smell and say, wow.
Exactly.
Right? So the point of that is, well, let's do the sample doses so they really understand what we can get out of it. And then, hopefully build some business relationships because of it.
Exactly.
Okay, good. So you made these units, hand sanitizer, has been the craze since, over 12 months ago now, since the pandemic started. But you were able to create this, and there are people out there probably still looking to do this, is my guess.
Yeah, totally. I mean, after using it, honestly, I don't like using anything else because it smells great and it's really nice on your hands. And, I'm sure you can attest to that, Tony, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not only, I know you guys are probably saying out there, well, it's your product. Yes, it is. But we're also sharing it with you because it's a great product that we came up with. That's the amazing thing about this. The amazing thing about us creating our own essential oils, again, I'm going to reiterate it to you guys out there. We are creating formulations, and we're also going to be giving you guys those formulations. This is like, hey, this is something you can do day one. Be like, all right, what do I want to make? And hopefully the goal from here would be, now, what do I see making? What do I see myself making? Nick, what do you see in the future of some podcasts of us creating on the podcast?
Oh, all sorts of stuff. And also, like, we love feedback. So if there's something like, oh, I've always wanted to make my own this or that, then we'll totally do that to the best of our abilities.
That's a great point.
Coming up soon, we're definitely going to do some lotions, some soap, both bar and liquid soap, maybe some candles, bath bombs, and things like that, as well as some bitters and alcohol flavorants as well.
Okay, yeah, and we'll all create these shows for you. It's going to be awesome because we're actually in the middle of making these right now. So please tune in and stay tuned for as this come up. The thing is too is, again, what Nick said, we can create. If you guys have some ideas, we're all open for them. I think what it comes down to at the end of all this is the information you're providing us is extremely helpful. I can't tell you how much that helps us to make those things for you. Even if you don't have a machine, even if you're just thinking about like, well, I think I want to do this. I want to create a body lotion that smells like eucalyptus. Tell us. I would love to make it with these guys. I mean, that's really the huge part. And we will do the R&D for you and show you what it comes out to be. We've got David that is going to run the numbers for us, make this happen. Nick is going to run the system for us, and they're going to show us how to put this together. And you guys can actually turn this into a business if that's what your ultimate goal is. The other thing too, and I forget about this a lot, is the testing side of this. David, what are some of the benefits you've seen in being able to test small batches of essential oils?
Yeah, I'll tell you, and it's really what we sought out in developing the system was for QA, and it's an upfront QA process, and we have customers in Colorado using our system, and they purchase an ounce of biomass, and they run that. They get the analytics back. And then they make the decision on whether or not to purchase a large amount of that material or not. And it's really saving them a potential of $10,000 on a bi-weekly decision. So, and there's nothing else like our system that has this small extraction capability and at the price point it's at. So it's a huge win for guys in the industry in both medical and hemp space to be able to qualify their product before it's ever bought or sold.
Yeah, and I think that is probably one of the biggest savings. And now, again, we're learning a lot of these as we go along of the new stuff. But if you guys are in the hemp industry, you guys haven't listened to our show, but that's where we've come up with a lot of this experience. We're not focusing on that, but being able to literally buy or get a test sample from the farmer and say, farmer, I want to buy your product. I'm not sure what your percentages is. I want to run a test. This allows you that capability. Now, and we're talking about purchasing hundreds and hundreds of kilos of this stuff at once, this biomass. So we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're going to be investing. And I look at this as the show Gold Rush on Discovery, right? I remember 10 years ago when they were first starting, these guys had a heck of a lot of ambition, but they were digging. They got some land. It was in a gold rich area that they thought, and they just started digging and processing it. 2-3 years later, they talked to some other miners, and the miners are like, yeah, we do drill testing before we do any digging. It's like drill testing ahead of time, because you imagine the hundreds of thousands of dollars these guys wasted because they thought there was gold there. Going back to the testing, buying all this product and then it not producing the right CBD product and percentage of whatever the compound is, whatever it is, whether it be THC, CBD, not being able to know what's in that sample prior to buying it seems insane.
Yeah, it does, and it's amazing how often it happens in the industry, and it's really because again, our system is really the only system out there under $10,000. That isn't the size of your living room, right? So yeah. We've really come in with a solution just for what you identified.
It's fantastic, man. I hope you guys out there watching now and listening to this, please check us out at extractionessential.com. There you can contact any one of us, give us any of your feedback, and really come join us on this journey. This is exciting stuff. Essential oils are just soaring right now. We're seeing it in the US, a huge market for it. You're seeing it. You go into Bed Bath & Beyond. There's all these scents everywhere. And we're also getting the health and wellness. There's a health and wellness side of this that we haven't even discussed yet. So that will be coming to us in the future. But guys, what would you share with the listener out here that is contemplating, well, I like to make some of this stuff for my, I like creating my own stuff, but I really don't know where to start. I mean, Nick, what would you say to him?
I would say reach out and let's talk and get something rocking, like you said, if you want a lotion that smells like a certain thing, or like, for example, if you live in California, you probably most likely have a eucalyptus tree in your backyard, or a bay laurel tree or something like that. So you can make your own products just by things that are available to you around you. That's like I said before, it's a really satisfying thing to just create something from scratch, from start to finish. I mean, I'm sure people can attest to that. Like when you make your own cookies or something from scratch, it's much better than the slice and bakes from the store, even if you didn't make them quite as well.
I do. And the one thing you do know is what's in it.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of, I was actually reading an article the other day from a company that does tests on essential oils, and they found that half of the essential oils that they tested had some sort of either synthetic or adulterant in it, even though it was sold as pure essential oil.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the stuff that's coming out now. And we live in a time where we can create our own products. I mean, for you guys out there that understand the power of what is happening in the internet these days, you can basically create your own product. You can market it on your own shopping cart and your own website, and you can sell it to the customer. This is a fantastic time to be an entrepreneur. And if you don't realize that, I hope you do very soon. And I know we do as a company. We see the value of being able to work directly with the customer. And when I say customer too, also working with the listener. This is something that you, the listener, we don't require you to buy a system. That's not how this works. We're sharing this information. If it's something you guys want to look forward to, heck, even if you're like, I know another system that I'm going to try and I'm going to take and use this, go ahead. Be our guest. It's completely fine. What we can share with you is firsthand knowledge of actually creating this stuff with the system that we built from scratch. And that's where we're at. We're kind of a from scratch system. So guys, again, thank you so much for listening. David, Nick, I really appreciate you guys being on the show today. And I know Gary had to hop off there a while back. So I know Gary sends his happiness to you guys out there in the world today. And we hope you guys enjoyed this show. We'll see you guys next week as we get on to another formulation with Nick and David and really dig even deeper into what we're doing. So see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Tony.
You have just listened to another informative episode of Extraction Essentials with Tony Frischknecht. We invite you to come back next time as we strive to provide useful knowledge and tools every week to help you on your extraction business. You can also visit extractionessentials.com for additional resources and to know more about working with Tony. See you again next time.